this section nicely represents the division of the lateral mesoderm. So you have your splanchnic mesoderm and your somatic mesoderm, somatic and splanchnic mesoderm, which when the la- that which when they were delineated, we expect the coelomic cavity of the animal to be formed. So in lower sections, we'll see that. Okay, so we're still seeing the same things. Okay, here. So this part, we can see the continuity of the animal proper with ectodermal and mesodermal, somatic mesodermal tissues will actually form the coelomic cavity. This one nicely represents the primordia of the heart. The structure here is the heart corresponds to this gut. Right? Foregut is still seen. Then I want you to remember that the cuts that actually run through the heart at the 33-hour stage of the chicken embryo are closely associated with the hind brain, the rhombencephalon. So whenever you see the heart, then you expect that the brain region associated to it is the rhombencephalon or the hindbrain at the 33-hour stage. Furthermore, we are seeing a closer or a more defined structure, a more defined cut of the heart, which is now said to be within the coelomic cavity. This one is still the heart. Okay, right. So lower, right? We're making a cut on the extensions, on the endocardial extensions of the heart, the two blood vessels. We have the Vitlin veins. Your right and your left Vitlin veins are represented here. So these ova structures, or this ova structure, is actually corresponding to the Vitlin veins. In the middle of the Vitlin veins, we expect the opening of the foregut, the anterior intestinal portal, as you can see here. Let's move along and down the spinal cord. So any cut that is made from this area of the animal downward, you can say that the neural tube part can be categorized as a spinal cord. Sides of the spinal cord are flanked by the somites, the paraxial mesoderm that are arranged as blocks. Below the neural tube, you can see the notochord here. Alright, so we're still seeing the same picture, the same structures. Then let's see. Alright, so let's continue. So we're still seeing the same things a while ago as you've seen here. Okay. This time the block-like arrangements of the somite, the block-like arrangement is not that well evident. Probably this is a cut made within the intersomatic furo, within the space between the somites, within the space between succeeding or somites that lie beside each other. Okay, so same thing also. Seeing the somite, the notochord, the ectodermal and endodermal layers. Okay, so this one is a cut that is made along the posterior or most posterior most region of the animal. Neural folds have not met. Neural tube is not totally closed. Alright, then this one is made on this part, on the corresponding part of the 33-hour chicken embryo. And then we're seeing the Henson's node. So we're meeting an old friend here. Henson's node structure that is associated with the primitive streak. And lastly, we make a cut that is along the primitive streak. You can see the primitive groove here. Now, the last part of lecture, or last part of the pre-lab discussion, will be the 48-hour chick embryo, the whole mount. So seeing here that few things actually happen which are important to point out.